All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. And salutations to the hopeful elect brothers out there pushing this truth, man. All right, because in these last and final days, this is what needs to scream. All right, this is the banner the Lord said to raise up. How are we raising up that banner? When you raise up a banner, you're making your team or whatever certain group or nation known, and that's what we're doing. Calling me Asherallah through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shai Shai. We're raising up the banner of Yahweh Shai through the spirit of prophecy. All right, and what he did 2,000 years ago and how it's going to reflect today. You know, the Lord came and did what? He came and he died for the nation of Israel. You know, starting with the elect first. Right? If you don't believe me, we'll read the scriptures on that. But that's what the new covenant is. As the Lord sent his son, the Most High sent his son, made in the flesh of man, all right, and walk perfectly among us to redeem us from under the law and translate us into the kingdom so that we can be accepted into the kingdom and be perfect. All right, because we didn't earn it. All right, it was so the Lord would keep his promise and his love for his people. All right, starting with his friend Abraham, that he's a man of his word. You know, Abraham, that the Lord kept his word and ended the deal because he found our forefather to be faithful. Likewise with Isaac and Jacob, you know, Isaac being Yahweh Shai. All right, that's what this covenant is for, man. All right, that the Lord is gonna send his son back after purchasing us to be his. All right, and the first fruits of that are gonna be the elect. But it says in Acts 20 and 27, for I have not shunned to declare unto you all the counsel of the Most High, all the judgments of the Most High, and his doctrine, because this is his doctrine. All right? Take heed therefore unto yourselves and to all the flock over the which the Holy Spirit has made you overseers to feed the church of the Most High, which he hath purchased with his own blood. So that, hey, the Lord bought us, man. All right? You know, going to that Deuteronomy um 28, verse 68, the Lord bought us when he sold first he sold us, you know, to them, you know, which serve not gods, which is the heathen. But now he's gonna come and deliver us from the destruction that's coming on the heathen and the heathen as well. Because all right, the heathen's house is getting ready to be broken into, so the Lord is gonna come and deliver this certain possession. All right, because it's kind of like how it was on the movie Toy Story, man. All right, pretty much what it do? What did the bear say that all them toys belong to him? Well, that's how Eve feels. But his house is being broken into, and the Most High is about to destroy him. But the Lord's gonna save one thing out of this burning building. That's gonna be the elect. But it says in Deuteronomy 28:68, it says, "And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again, and there you shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you." So those are the times that we're living in, all right? Where this house is breaking down because the Lord is about to destroy it. Saving, he will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob. All right, what is it? And Amos is Amos 8 and 11. It says that's like Amos 9 and 8. Yeah, it says, "Behold, the eyes of the Lord power are upon the sinful kingdom, and he will and I will destroy it from off the face of the earth, saving I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, saith the Lord," because it's the elect. All right, the Lord is gonna take that remnant from this burning building and deliver them. All right, that's the purchase that the Most High made. All right, because yeah, the Israel. All right, starting with the elect, you know, they are equivalent to the world. So when Yahweh Shah bought the world, he brought the most precious thing on the world, which was the elect of Israel, man. All right, they're the most precious thing in the Most High sight under Yahweh Shah. All right, they're his special ones. You know, This is Isaiah chapter 52. And I'm going to start at verse 1. It says, Awake, awake, and put on thy strength, O Zion. Put on thy beautiful garments, O Jerusalem, the holy city. For henceforth there shall no more come into thee the uncircumcised and the unclean. Why? Because the Lord is about to bring us into the new covenant, where no heathen is going to be able to touch us, man. All right? As a matter of fact, I'm going to read this and then I'm going to get back to the point. But this is Romans chapter 11, verse 26. It says, And so all Israel shall be saved, as it is written, there shall come out of Zion a deliverer, and shall turn away ungodliness from Jacob. So that's the new covenant the Lord is bringing us into, man. All right? Yahweh Shai showed us the way, so now we're just waiting on the rest of the breakdown according to that. You know, the purchase was made, all right? The debt was paid through Yahweh Shai. Now we're waiting on the rest for it to play out, man. All right? It's just like, you know, I'm working in the meat market in my job, and people made orders, all right? Or, you know, even like with certain apps like Instacart and DoorDash, people can pre-order and buy that stuff ahead of time, but they're waiting on the merchandise to get to them. You know, after they already purchased it, or like, you know, I could have just said it like a regular delivery, but you know, just for that understanding, the Lord is coming to collect that which is His. All right, you know, so lucky to bounce around. Um, that's Malachi the third chapter. I want to say this is Malachi 3:17, and they shall be mine, saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, in that day when I make up my jewels, and I spare them as a man spareth his own son that serveth him. And that's talking about the elect. All right, those special precious things, those stones, those lively stones that are spoken about. That's who the Lord is coming to redeem, man. All right, from under this curse and the destructions that happen when you live a life of wickedness, man. This is Second Ezra chapter 2, verse 10. It says, Thus saith the Lord power unto Esdras, tell my people that I will give them the kingdom of Jerusalem. This is talking about the elect, which I would have given unto Israel. You know, not the whole entire nation. You know, because even though the whole entire nation is going to get it, because it says all Israel shall be saved, but it's going to be levels unto this, man. The first fruits come first. All right, we all could have had first place, but some have to settle for second. All right, it says, Their glory also will I take unto me, and give these the everlasting tabernacles which I have prepared for them, which is those bodies which are not touched and stained with corruption or sin, man. All right. Right now we're in a chain of darkness. Soon we will be in a bird of flight, something that's free outside of the cage that can do anything, man, because it's gonna be righteous. All right. These bodies are bound by sin, so they serve sin, and in turn they are cursed because sin, the wages of sin are death. All right. What does it say? The evil soul will destroy him that hath it. All right, because these bodies, they are corrupted, man. All right, they live by desire, you know, and they're not bound by the rule and spirit of Yahweh Bashmi Al Shai. So they can only go so far, man. Even when men were in their strength. So the Lord has to redeem us from under this. All right, and He did. Now He's just coming to collect. All right, it says, they shall have the tree of life for an ointment of sweet savor. They shall neither labor nor be weary. So we're never gonna get tired, man, and we're not gonna have to work. You know. So even if you did have to do any type of labor, you won't have to. you won't be strained out. But at the same time, we're not gonna be laboring like that. We're gonna be ruling. All right. It says, "Go and ye shall receive. Pray for a few days unto you, that ye may that they may be shortened, and the kingdom is already prepared for you. Watch, take heaven and earth to witness, for I have broken the evil in pieces and created the good, for I live, saith the Lord Yahweh. And hey, take earth and heaven to witness, the signs in heaven and the prophets. All right, starting with Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai is that ultimate sign, and now we're speaking about him bringing his spirit back in the earth. So these are signs that these days are being shortened. All right. that the Lord is coming back and he's about to make his name known, you know? All right. It said pray for a few days. And so we're not putting the day off and saying it's not gonna come from years from now because we want the bag, or that, that's thousands of years from now, or yeah, that this place isn't Babylon, or this, the Vatican, whatever you want to say. We're not switching up the doctrine because this is what it is, man. All right. This is what's making the world shake and move. The truth. Not lies, not us revising something that's been spoken of, which you can clearly see in the scriptures, man. All right, not adding the heathen to something they're not added to. All right, I couldn't add them to. If we, first off, the Most High is still going to do what He's going to do. So just saying these things, what avail is that? So that oh Lord, I knew you weren't going to do that, but I was just letting them know, because so I can get the money and help out Israel. That shit is wicked as hell. You still got to speak the truth. The Most High is going to do what He's going to do. Whatever name we're meant to bear on this side, as long as we're sticking to the straight and narrow, we're gonna bear that. All right. This is Matthew 5:11 says, "Blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you for falsely for my sake." So that's a blessing when we start to go through it for the Lord's sake, man. When we about to go through it for Yahweh Shemi Shai's sake, because there's gonna be a crown laid up for us, because we contended. All right, we contended about being liked or having necessity and want. Sometimes you don't always have it, but the Most High does bless for you to be able to make it the next day, man. And we do have the brothers, but same time, all right, brothers go through it, but we're though I die daily, the inward man is renewed day by day, all right, because the Most High is coming, and we see our enemies falling, man. The joy of the hypocrite is but for a moment. So everybody is attached unto Esau. Well, guess what? The Lord is coming to raise the table up on all y'all, man. All y'all that had your lot with that purse, man. The Lord's gonna come in and whoop your ass worse than He did those men in the temple that were changing money, you know, which I believe was basically like gambling, man. Yeah, now the Lord's coming to throw the table on y'all ass, man. You know, but that's pretty much all I had to say on that. Actually, I'm gonna finish verse 12. It says, "Rejoice and be exceeding glad, for great is your reward in heaven. For so persecuted the prophets, they the prophets which were before you." All right, so it's nothing new, man. That you got men that are truly against truth, just so that they can fulfill their own desires on this side. And Esau caters to that. All right, Esau can't cater to the truth. That's the reason why he's either better off leaving us alone or offing us. Which neither one go good for him. Doing the other, offering check is just gonna make it speed up a lot faster. You know, but it's gonna come a time where he's gonna try to do that because but that's prophecy. It says, because then the Lord, the standard of the Lord shall lift up a spirit against him. And our Father is, he's the lad, he's famous at being fashionably late. And they put that in movies. Just when you think that all is lost and it's looking bleak, here comes that light at the end of the tunnel. As a matter of fact, since I said that, I'm gonna end it off with this. Proverbs chapter 4 and verse 18. "But the path of the just is as a shining light that shineth more and more unto the perfect day." So the perfect day means the day of completion, the day of the Lord's judgment, man. The day of the Lord's judgment and deliverance. All right, you can see the spirit and and the mercy of the Lord and everything and what He's about to do and how He prepared it and His secrets that He's hidden and He's revealed in these times, man. All right, it's become more clear that we are speaking the truth. The way of the wicked is as the darkness. Is as darkness. They know not at what they stumble. Right, which is at the truth. You got people trying to come against the truth in so many ways and fashions, or speak against it, or change it up. They don't even know that they're being set up by the Lord, man. All right, switching up the doctrine is the Most High setting your ass up, man, and thinking that it was sweet, and not believing that He was a man of His word. Well, not a man of His word, but a power of His word, because the Most High is not a man that He should lie. A male deity, yes, but the Most High is greater than man. He's an ultra man. If that would, and that's still putting it short. All right, but nonetheless, man, you're gonna have a lot of charlatans, you know, coming out and exposing themselves in these last days that they weren't all the way with it. You know, speaking against the name. All right, pretty much everything they've been doing, but times 10. All right, guys that were not speaking against certain things before are going to be enhanced with their lies, because it says the evil man and seducer shall wax worse and worse. All right, so hey, brothers, be prepared, man. You know, hey, it says in the scriptures that we are an angel to persuade you. Stick to the doctrine, man. Hey, some mindset comes on you to be ultra deep about something, or if you discover something, first off, you know the protocols on how we deal with that. But it's best to just stick to things that are tending to salvation. Wisdom is good, says therefore get wisdom, but what all you're getting, get understanding. You know, and the point of having understanding is to utilize it and show it forth. You know, better is he that hideth his folly than he that hideth his wisdom. You know, understanding is shown that you understand that this is the way by you walking in it, by you practicing it. Just knowing something and not performing it, you know, there's no true benefit in it. It's like it is what it is. But it's like even with certain wisdom that you can discover in the scriptures, and it's all good. But at the same time, some things, you know, are not very profitable when it comes to salvation. So it's best to just stick to the script. The Most High is gonna always build on any brother. But at the same time, in these days and time, it's best to just follow, uh, you know, the basic protocol that the Lord laid out. You know, I'm stumbling over my words, so I'm gonna end it off with this scripture. I know I keep on saying I'm gonna end it off, but yeah, this is 2 Corinthians 11:2. It says, "For I am jealous over you with a godly jealousy," which you know means Paul was protective of the flock, you know, like a big brother, or even as a father. For I espouse you to one husband, that I may present you as a chaste virgin to Hamashiach. Right? Meaning you're not supposed to be lingering on to other doctrines, man. You know, especially if you just now coming into, if you newly in this thing, maybe like 3 years, I even say 5 years, because that's still novice, man. You know, putting it, you know, you know, to around that time frame, it's just best you lock in. You know, we all need to lock in, but it's like, hey, it's certain things that brothers shouldn't deal with, you know, based on certain demons and so on shit, and not every brother is strong in certain departments. But it says, "For I have espoused you to one husband, that I may present you as a chaste virgin to Hamashiach. But but I fear, lest by any means, as the serpent beguiled Eve through his subtlety, so your mind should be corrupted from the simplicity that is in Hamashiach." All right, it's a simplicity in this understanding. The main thing is, believe unto the end, the Lord came and died for our sins, for us to return, you know, and be delivered out of this place. And we have to confess His name, be ready to suffer for His name, deny the sea hip, you know, keep the law of faith. All right, which is that's the insider. If you know what that means, keeping the law of faith, this breaks down into you know, if you believe you can do what's well pleasing unto the Father. All right, and that being the whole spirit of the book. You know, not just the law, but the whole spirit of what the truth is. But with that, you know, Salaki, I was rambling on. Gonna end this lesson off and give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakakadash, Shalom, and the Bible Ball.